What is your hot take about food? For me, Kansas City barbecue is the quintessential style of barbecue. Beans do not belong in chili. Eggs shouldn't be a default ingredient in breakfast sandwiches, burritos, or even breakfast combos. You'd be amazed at just how far salt and pepper can take you. I've been smoking and BBQing for ages. I've tried all kinds of fancy rubs. But the most successful time and time again is Dalmatian seasoning, which is just equal parts kosher salt and 16 mesh pepper. It's the 16 mesh that makes all the difference. It's better than fresh cracked emo. I've come to rely on this so heavily that I keep a salt pig on my counter full of it, make a point of using it for just about anything I work with on the stove. It's the perfect base for so much, and often it's all you actually need. Authentic food doesn't exist. Traditional? Sure. Authentic? Nonsense term. People who freak out about pineapple on pizza are dumbasses. It's okay if it's not your preference. But your pizza is already literally covered in fruit sauce. I'd prefer boneless chicken than chicken on the bone any day. I prefer convenience over taste. Also, I don't like eating veins. I always order breakfast burritos without the egg in. Occasionally, someone will simply say so. A regular burrito? Yes, exactly. Sometimes it is 0830 and I want a normal burrito, and I thank you not to judge for it. 03 on your takes, but it is a hot take posts I won't downvote. Vegetarian and vegan food can be delicious, you're just thinking about it wrong. They shouldn't be trying to emulate a meaty dish with non-meat. They should be their own delicious thing. You wouldn't add meat to a chocolate cake, would you? Try making a meatless meal sometime and see what you land on. You might be surprised. I am a happy carnivore, but I ain't afraid of veggies, lol. I mostly don't care what other people think. TBHX 200B, I like what I like. We really won't improve nutrition until we make organic food cheaper than processed. All barbecue is good. Carolina is the best. People's acceptance or unacceptance of other people's food choices is a direct indicator for that person's tolerance of cultures unlike their own. Burning your pizza does not make your product a novelty. Neither does cutting it in oblong ways or refusing to offer basic ingredients to put on your pie. No, I don't want a clams casino. I just want meatball on my pie. This will get me killed as a native New Yorker. But I prefer ham, salami, or turkey on an egg sandwich. Bacon and sausage are fine. I just prefer other options. I have the exact opposite takes. But specifically, being wedded to any style of barbecue is silly. Sauce, no sauce, sweet, vinegary, etc. It's all one genre. The best chili has beans, minced meat, rice. Tex-Mex isn't trying to be Mexican food or New Mexican food. So, there is no point in comparing. Much in the same way that American Chinese food is far and away from real Chinese food. Shouldn't be a hot take. I enjoy ketchup well enough, but it's a garbage condiment. If a food is actually good, then the ketchup destroys the flavor. When I make burgers, I do not put out condiments. I make the burger and serve it as is, and they never have ketchup. Burnt ends versus dry brisket? It's KC all day. White chocolate isn't chocolate. Also, it sucks. Chicago-style pizza is gross. It's just hot tomato pie. Those places that put chocolate, cookies, and whole pieces of cake all over milkshake glasses have a special place in hell. Also, the Impossible Whopper from Burger King tastes like beans and nothing else. Kansas City barbecue is the quintessential style of barbecue. Different strokes for different folks. I like KC barbecue, but that is a bold statement to make. Burnt ends are great though. Beans do not belong in chili. Texas thing. We put beans in chili in the South. Anyway, one of mine is that Reuben's should not have mustard. Or 1000 Island. Russian dressing only with kraut. Swiss cheese. And corned beef. Barbecued or hard pan fried salmon stinks like chemical warfare. Vitriolic. Bitter and oily in a rainbow-colored streak puddle way rather than butter way. Sushi salmon is so extremely super tasty. And taking fire or hot iron to it turns it into creosote. If it takes me longer to cook than it does to eat, that's a waste of time. I don't enjoy the taste of any food enough that I want to spend 2 hours cooking and cleaning. Cooking a Thanksgiving meal for a bunch of friends once a year is fine. But I'm still gonna use instant potatoes, instant stuffing, and canned cranberry sauce. I'll give 2 since I'm not sure if one is unpopular or not. The one I'm unsure about is just because I don't want to eat food I don't like doesn't mean I'm a picky eater. The other one is that I like Mexican food more with sour cream in most cases. It's not that it's bad without. I still love Mexican food with or without sour cream. But sour cream is a wonderful addition. Sour cream is also pretty good in chili. Texture is more important than taste. Caviar as it is sold today is way overrated and overpriced for how it tastes like. Coleslaw, especially mayonnaise-based, is terrible. Vinegar-based slaw is more tolerable for me. Licorice tastes horrible. Ketchup is god-tier sauce. Anyone who says it's for children has just ruined their taste buds. So sweet and tangy. One time I went on a very strict diet for 6 months. No cheating. The first time I had ketchup after this diet I almost cried. Very Midwestern American opinion here. But gratuitous spice does nothing for a dish. I prefer less spice so other flavors can come through. It feels like the last 15 years have turned into the Scoville Wars. And I consider that a negative. Personal preferences aside, all food that is prepared with thought and a base level of competency has merit. I refuse to condemn a particular dish outright because I got it from someone that wasn't very good. At preparing it I'm always open to trying it from other sources or from the first source if I think they've improved. Tomato sandwich. With brown toast. That everyone has different taste buds. So what tastes good to me doesn't have to taste good to you. Which brings me to this moronic utterance: you shouldn't put insert whatever on that. I'll guarantee you like it as is. Bacon is not that great. There is at least a couple of wrong ways to eat a Reese's. Okay, how is it chili without beans? I've never understood the hype around breakfast food. Eggs, bacon, pancakes, waffles, toast etc. do nothing for me. All the best breakfast foods are just desserts in disguise. Like cinnamon rolls and donuts. I'm completely happy with a bowl of cereal, oatmeal or yogurt. But most days I just wait until lunch to eat. I haven't eaten it in 5 days and even though I really want to, I can't. Beans most definitely belong in chili. Some of my favorite dishes are made with pig's feet, oxtail, cow heel, fish heads, tripe, and pork necks. And I think people who hate that stuff even though they've never even tried it are bougie. And not in a good way. It's perfectly legit though for people who have actually tried these parts of the animal and don't like them. I hate meat on pizza. It just tastes wrong to me. Other than Chicago-style pizza, which is really an entirely different dish. Thick pizza is best pizza. Chicago is the apex of pizza. If you put cardamom in biryani, you probably should be force-fed machine grease.